John, we're looking forward to a tough road trip to Forfar this weekend. Looking to keep the winning run going with our third challenging fixture in a row. Final thoughts, however, on the home victory over Peterhead Saturday past.
Yeah, a good win. There's no such thing as a bad win. Obviously now every win is vital. So it was a good win. Made it a little bit more difficult in the last 10 minutes with the sending off, which was made it a little bit more nervous than it probably should have been, because I thought we were in control. Not a great margin in it, like 2-1. Obviously in that situation anything can happen, but I did feel we were in control. I felt we should have been well ahead by half time. The penalty, the goalkeeper had a great save for the penalty, had a great save for John Bear, had another save, a double save with Grant Anderson and Regan Henry. So we had a number of opportunities. Unfortunately we didn't take them. As I say, it made it a little bit nervous towards the end, but we were delighted to win the game. Peterhead played out here particularly well in the Scottish Cup tie, and it wasn't like that. On Saturday it wasn't like that. I know we won the Scottish Cup tie, but they played exceptionally well that day. And certainly I didn't think Saturday it was like that. I thought we were much more in control of the situation. So a good win, and as you say, a difficult away game now at Forfar. We won there earlier in the season by a last minute winner, and it may well be it takes something like that to win the game on Saturday. We would hope that we can play well. We had a difficult game out here against them in the rearranged league game and the floodlight game on the Tuesday night. It wasn't a great night, it wasn't a great game. Unfortunately it was a 0-0. We don't have many of them. However, they've got a few points on the board now and got a little bit away from the bottom of the table, but they'll still be trying to get more, and they'll make it difficult for us. We expect that every time we go to play into that Angus region, and Saturday will be no different. So we've got to be prepared for it, we've got to be ready for it, which we will be, and we'll need to work our socks off.
Yeah. And it could potentially be another test of character. That was a word that came out a lot last weekend at the Peterhead game, test of character, and I believe at half time, you're really keen that the guys stuck to the task and saw the win out. Against Forfar, the results haven't been good as last season, but under a relatively new manager, they'll be wanting to impress and climb the table. Yeah,
no doubt about that. Yeah, exactly. No, it will be difficult. They're stuffy side. We showed a lot of character, as you said. We've been showing a lot of character for a number of weeks now, for virtually probably most of the season, to be fair. With the number of injuries and illnesses and suspensions that we've been dealing with. So Saturday, Dave Mackay's out. We've got Ian Davison back from suspension. Mikey Miller trained on Tuesday night. As we speak, and having just spoken to him, has no reaction to that, so we'll go into training tonight. We're hoping that he's going to get through the training and potentially be available for the weekend. Jack Smith is going to train tonight for the first time in a little while, so again, getting through training tonight, he may be coming into the squad for the weekend. Yeah, and I think that's about us with regards to maybe getting closer to getting one or two back involved in the squad at least. So hopefully Dave's got a 1-match suspension. That obviously will be the game at Forfar, so hopefully we get him back and we start to build the numbers up as the days and weeks go by.
And just picking up on two other players, Dan Armstrong, I understand, will start training next week, all being well, and also Jamie Gullen available for that one extra match from Hibs. It's a big boost to the squad, isn't it? Yeah,
very much so. Yeah, Jamie's a very big part of the squad. Everyone really likes him, and he has been enjoying playing here, as he's came out and said in an interview I think he's done over in Spain. It's came out that he's very much happy here and would be happy to continue playing here next into the second half of the season. So it's very much the ball's in Hibs' court. Jack Ross getting a look at Jamie right now in Spain. He's heading back tomorrow to be available for the game against Forfar, so we thank Hibs for all their help in extending that. It means obviously Jamie's available for the Forfar game. We have a Scottish Cup tie after that, and that'll buy a little bit more time to find out if Hibs are going to keep Jamie, which will depend how Jack has assessed Jamie and maybe how players that Jack brings in. If he brings in players at the top end of the pitch, maybe he might not need Jamie, and maybe we get him back a bit later. So it remains to be seen. Dan Armstrong is 3 weeks into a 46-week sort of rehabilitation period. So 4 weeks next week would be like, early. It would be really quite tight to the early stage. But he is feeling good, but until you go out and start striking balls and that, you never actually know. So our team are working to strengthen up his quads and round about it. So that's been ongoing for, as I say, 3 weeks now, and that will continue. But he is champing at the bit to try and get in, and it would be good to get him back also.
And further back in the defence, we're boosted by Ian Davidson coming back, experienced defender. On the flip side, Stephen Anderson's had a bit of a potential setback. What's the overall picture?
Yeah, it's not good with Stephen actually. It's turned out to be a lot worse. He's re-injured it, and the scans showed quite a significant tear. So it's not good news. It's not good news. No, the recommendation is 8 weeks rest. We have you to be in like 12 weeks in total. So that's not good news. That's not good news when you take into consideration that we've got 16 games to go, and that could be missing 12 of these games. So we're obviously, it's moved the goalpost to an extent, because we weren't really looking at having to replace, a central defender. So it has moved the goalpost somewhat.
And will that impact in any way on Fernando Mendy, who's been done?
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps. These are the questions that we're asking ourselves now, and we've just sort of still got to mull things over and come up with the right decision as to what's best for the football club. We can't leave ourselves as short as we got there. Extreme circumstances when you have so many defenders out at the one time. There's not many clubs who have been able to survive and still stay top of the table. Some clubs have got like 4 and 5 defenders, and we've had like 4 out at one time. So no one could have survived what we've actually gone through. So it has been not normal by any stretch of imagination, and we'd hope we wouldn't get into that situation in the second half of the season. But at the same time, we need to take into the consideration that it was okay when we brought Stephen in to let Fernando go out, but now we don't have Stephen, so it's something that we're obviously looking at all the options that could come to us.
Yeah, exactly. Final point, and then I'll let you get on with tonight's training session. It's that time of the season, transfer window. Supporters expect signings left, right, and centre.
Maybe if you're Man United.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm led to believe there's nothing imminent expected here at Starks Park, but you've got several irons in the fire. Yeah,
we have. Yeah, no, I'm not expecting anything imminent. You can never tell, but I'm not really expecting things. We've targeted a couple of players. These players are sought after. They're not loan deals. They're not free agents, and so it becomes a little bit more trickier. If you're trying to buy a player or two or whatever, then it's the selling club have got the prerogative to ask X amount of money, and then it depends if you can come up with that or not. And sometimes the fees are maybe a little bit unrealistic, considering that players might only have a few months left in their contracts and what have you. So it all becomes a little bit messy and a little bit difficult to tell exactly how it's going to land. So, and unfortunately, it's no different than kind of last week, where after 2, we might get those 2, we might get 1, we might get none, we might have to go after others later on because we don't get our first choices. And, some may have already moved on to other things, and so it's frustrating, but I can assure every fan that we are doing everything we possibly can. But patience is, we're having to be a little bit patient until we can agree with clubs and players, and we obviously are trying to get a little push towards this challenge we've got to get to the championship.
Exactly. Well, thanks for all that, John, and good luck for the weekend.
Thank you.